You know crack is a white middle class drug.
Right now?
Right now. Swear to God.
What the
You should read this book, Drug Use for Grown-Ups by Dr. Carl Hart.
You mean...
Yes. So any drug arrest, it's really, you're infringing on people's, like, if they're committing other crimes while they're high.
Wait. It's a middle, it's an upper class drug now?
Middle class.
Middle class? Crack?
Yep. It's Diet Coke.
This is my first time hearing this. They got shit stronger than crack? Give me some Welcome to another episode of the Lasagna Ganja podcast. I am X to the Z Xzibit.
And I'm your girl Tammy, aka the Cannabis Cutie.
Yes, and today we are diving into something that is new territory for me.
Yeah.
I've been a stoner for a long time.
All right.
But now I'm starting to learn stuff that I didn't know.
All right.
And I think sharing that with our audience is something very special that we have the ability to do.
Yes, we do.
You know, thanks to Tammy. Because you're sure not getting it from me, buddy. Today we're talking about something very... Okay, so there is an acronym for this.
Yes.
But I think we need to hear the entire title of this. Mm-hmm. And then we can start, paraphrasing as we go.
Okay. Drum roll. It is called the Endocannabinoid System.
Yes.
AKA the ECS.
Yes.
Much easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So say it one more time.
The Endocannabinoid System.
Wow. And
do we
Endocannabinoid System?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So do we have the Endocannabinoid System, or is it in the plant?
It is in anything that has a spine, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that has a spine.
Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, okay, cool. All right, so I'm curious now.
Okay, all right.
Expound.
So let's talk about the word endocannabinoid first.
Yes.
So we've all heard the word cannabinoid, and some examples of cannabinoids would be THC or CBD or Delta 8, all of those categories. The word endo literally means inside the body,
so
essentially.
Warren G.
Warren G.
No?
A different endo. This is the E endo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the I endo.
Shit. Shout out G-Dub. Yeah.
So E-N-D-O, that is E-N-D-O, that means inside the body. So inside the body cannabinoids, which basically just means your body makes weed.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we touched on this.
Yes.
We touched on this.
We talked about it.
We talked about this, but we didn't dive into it.
We didn't dive into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yes.
We're going deeper into the endocannabinoid system.
Yes, we're going to dive deeper. All right, so we know what inside cannabinoids are, and then there's also outside cannabinoids or phytocannabinoids, and that word phyto is plant. Mm-hmm. So phytocannabinoids are CBD, THC, Delta 8.
Right.
That's phytocannabinoids, and then you have synthetic cannabinoids, and those are made by big pharma.
Bad.
Terrible side effects.
Yeah.
Terrible side effects. So the cannabis plant has hundreds of compounds, and these compounds, if you could imagine, they're in the shape of keys. And inside your body, you have all these locks, lots of them on your brain, lots of them on your uterus if you have one, but pretty much littered throughout your body. Mm-hmm. These locks are receptors. So they're going to receive this key, and the only thing that fits in these locks are these cannabinoids. And when your body doesn't make enough of these, you can supplement with nature because God made the plant for us. That's what Genesis 29:30 says.
Yay! Praise God. Gave us wine and weed.
Right.
Wine nigga.
Yeah. So that's... Shout out to God. But yeah, anything that has a spine has an endocannabinoid system. We're born with it, which means we're biologically engineered to receive.
I'm just understanding this right. You keep saying Anything that has a spine. So
Yeah.
we're talking cats, dogs,
Correct.
cows, giraffes,
Correct.
bears.
Yes, now pet CBD makes more sense.
They make their own weed too.
Yes.
This is fucking cool.
Yes,
Smoke some
cats,
bear.
dogs, they all have ECSs. And the whole purpose of the ECS in your body is to control all the other systems in your body. So the central nervous system, the cardiovascular system, the endocrine system, everything is governed by this one system. And if this one system is out of whack, guess what everything else is doing?
It's going haywire.
It's tripping. Yeah, exactly. So it's important to have a healthy endocannabinoid system so that it can keep your body into balance. And the science word for that is homeostasis. So we want to try to keep the body at homeostasis, and the endocannabinoid system is the governor of all other systems in the body.
God, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
So if people who never smoke weed, they depend on this to do what it's got to do.
Yeah.
But why do we need the system?
Well,
the ECS.
Some of us are just naturally deficient in endocannabinoids, and Dr. Ethan Russo, a long time ago, said that there's probably what we call endocannabinoid deficiency disorder, and those are disorders we can't really figure out, like fibromyalgia.
Oh, I think I have that.
Oh no!
I think I have that.
Oh no! Well.
I got a disorder. I need more.
You need more
weed.
reefer.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ECS deficiency disorders, fibromyalgia, migraines, things that we can't really figure out from a medical standpoint seem to have some kind of connection, and our endocannabinoid tone is not really that good. So supplementing with the plant is incredible because your ECS can be thrown out for a number of reasons.
Can you get that tested? Can a doctor test it? How do you know if it's if you're low on your cannabinoids?
We're not there yet. We just discovered the ECS in the 90s. It is the biggest scientific discovery of our lifetime. So we're just now getting to understand everything, and that's how we learned that THC binds to a receptor in our bodies called the CB1 receptor or the cannabinoid 1 receptor. It's one of the major receptors. Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, being able to be high and remember all the shit.
Okay. I have an explanation for that, a scientific one, I think. Okay. Listen now.
Let me recover from that. Let me recover from that real quick.
You know,
all right, cool. All right.
It's like the drug ads told you it would be different, right? I'm supposed to be dumb. Truly.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we've done research on this plant tons and tons of times. One of them was in the Indian Hemp Commission, and they talked about the different reactions people get when they use cannabis. And there is a subset of groups of, it's usually a nerd who all of a sudden goes into like this, they nerd out and they speak so passionately and very clearly about it. So I kind of fit into that category of reaction.
No, I get it.
I became better.
I get it. No, but I'm over here like really packing it in.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It didn't help that I had like a full backwood like 2 minutes ago. But it's working.
I think it did.
You know what I'm saying? Now I feel enlightened.
Mind.
No, but so give me another. How does the body itself make cannabinoids? Like be outside of the VO cannabinoid. See? The VO?
Endo?
The outside one.
Phyto.
Phyto. I was close.
Wow.
See? I was
like PHYTO.
Phyto. Okay.
Phyto,
All right,
yeah.
got it. Phyto.
Yes.
So I was totally off. So, but I was in the ballpark. I was searching for it.
You were there.
Yeah, I was out there. So your body, how does it achieve that?
Okay, so we talked about runner's high, how when people who run extraneously, like my twin brother, he ran cross country in college.
Oh, so shit, like Forrest Gump.
Right, yes.
Like on some real Forrest Gump?
On some real, like he'll do a 20-mile run, and he'll have that feeling.
That's about a 3,000 miles. That ain't 20 miles.
Truly. So with him, before he was smoking cannabis, he didn't know that that's what that was, but he would chase the runner's high. It became something he chased. So that was a very similar high to what a THC high is, because your body dumps what's called anandamide, and that's our version of THC.
What is another one besides running for those who don't want to run?
Something like that, where your body is under high stress and it's trying to relax it, but also women produce natural cannabinoids in their breast milk.
Oh shit. Okay. No, I'm not gonna go there.
Here you go.
I can go on a full.
Oh no.
I can go on a full wham, but it's a different time. It's a different time and space.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're not psychoactive. They're not psychoactive for the baby. They're not.
Okay, all right. Oh wait, for the baby.
Yeah, they're for the baby.
Okay.
Yeah, they're for
all
the
right.
baby.
All right. Let's just move on, please. I'm too juvenile for this conversation.
Oh my god!
Come on, you can't throw me layups like that. I just come on, guys. We want this shit to be on the air, right?
I don't think I'll ever get that image out of my head.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
all right,
giggity.
All right. So that's some ways that your body makes weed.
So running and breast milk.
Boom.
That's it?
That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Man. Damn, what else are we gonna talk about besides that?
Oh no, there's a lot more.
Oh, there is? Okay.
There's a lot more to the endocannabinoid system. So a lot of our receptors live in our brain. Mm-hmm. But if you're a woman, the most abundant site is going to be your uterus. You know, they suck at figuring out like cramps and PCOS and so many different disorders. Yes. And it makes me wonder, as somebody who really learns all about this, what does that mean for us in our reproductive health? Because clearly it's not getting its needs met.
What?
It's pissed off sometimes.
Hey man, that sounds hey man, wait a minute. Are we talking about cannabinoids?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, so we have a lot of those locks. They're receptors. They're neurotransmitters, and neurotransmitters in the body. They're just like, they communicate with what to do. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of those sites on our uterus. So it just it also plays to, we need cannabis, and it looks like our brain's mental health disorder and women health issues. We just really suck at managing those, at least in this country. So it just makes me wonder: do we need to be smoking more weed? Do I have an attitude, or am I just weed deficient?
Yeah, that's a good question. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask that in the heat of the argument next time.
I would refrain. I would.
I'm going to use that one. Are you really mad? Are you deficient in your cannabinoids?
Oh my goodness. It is hilarious.
Oh man.
All right, so what else can we talk about for the endocannabinoid system? So your pets have ECSs. Get them some pet CBD when they're in pain. Mm-hmm. I've even talked to endocannabinologists, which are weed doctors essentially. Yes. And they said that for children, CBD is something that they should be taking. So when my kids have a fever or an owie, I use CBD or CBD topicals for them versus kind of the Tylenol that's taxing their liver.
Mm-hmm. What about ADHD?
That's funny because
I don't really think that's. Well, I'm not going to say that.
It definitely is. As someone who has it. But there are a lot of parents who probably just heard me say, or people out there that are like, she gives her kid CBD. But like literally people with ADHD, they were given meth as a child. So
yeah, but no,
let's stop the judgment.
Wait a minute. When I was in elementary school, nobody had ADHD.
Right.
They're going to say because it wasn't diagnosed.
Right. So do you remember when we were younger what we would call people who were slow? We can't even use that word anymore, but it was like a lot of people who had autism that just weren't diagnosed, and the same thing with ADHD. We just really didn't understand it. So as time goes on, we understand it more.
There was also a lot of whoopings going around when I was that age.
Listen, the trauma.
Yeah,
Like,
is that trauma?
Numb. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe PTSD.
Maybe I'll unpack that one day.
You should.
Yeah. I don't know why we're laughing at my trauma. Shout out to my trauma. We'll go to unpack one day.
Oh, man. Okay, so the endocannabinoid system, it exists in your body, my body. We're biologically engineered to receive this plant. It's also in the eggs, the sperm, the amniotic fluid, the breast milk. It's in everything. It's in every part of the body.
Okay.
Here we go.
No. I didn't say anything. See, I'm keeping it together, man. I'm keeping it together, man.
Oh, man.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. So currently, it's not taught in medical school.
Right.
And that's kind of one of the things that's sad, because we have this big scientific discovery and then people are not even going to medical school to learn about it, because cannabis is so controversial in the medical world, because when you go to the doctor, when anybody goes to the doctor and they have something wrong, they get prescribed a molecule. That's the medicine. And then if you have 2 or 3 different things going on, you're probably going to get one molecule per one thing wrong with you. The cannabis plant has hundreds of compounds. Cannabinoids, something we call terpenes, which makes your cannabis smell a certain way. So sometimes you'll have a strain that smells like oranges. Sometimes it smells like candy. Sometimes it smells like gasoline.
Yeah.
And those are terpenes. So that's why cannabis is just kind of like, we don't know what to do with it, and why they keep making synthetic cannabinoids that's just like one molecule, and then your body freaks out, which is why like isolates, people will take like CBD isolate and it doesn't work. And it's because you're asking a plant which has hundreds of people, we'll call it an orchestra, and you just told the tuba to go do a solo and make it work and wow everybody. Like, it doesn't work like that. It needs its supporting cast in order for it to be able to make the magic that your body needs.
For those listening, I mean, when we talk about synthetic weed, they try to call it spice. That was synthetic weed. They try to call it different things because they can't call it cannabis. But I mean, that was, you remember back when people were eating other people's faces in Florida, like that, they were smoking spice, people crawling out of windows and walls. And
stop trying to make weed. Let it be. Let it be. It's already really effective. And the cool thing about like CBD, for example, so a lot of prescription drugs that are trying to help with anxiety or depression, some of those drugs are hitting on the same receptors that CBD is. So CBD is going to go in and say, there's too much of this going on, let's kind of tone this down, or let's kick this up over here. And your doctor is giving you a molecule that you might be overproducing, and now guess what you just did? Made a bad situation even worse. So CBD is very intuitive when it comes to helping alleviate depression and anxiety.
Isn't that interesting? We know the compounds, we know how to break it down to its very last particle, but we can't recreate it.
We can't recreate it.
And you can't do that to water either. You know, parts of water, but you can't make water.
Yeah, we should definitely stop trying to play God and just allow the nature to be magnificent and honor it in that way. But I get it. It's not that profitable. It's a plant. Like, at the end of the day, like, why are we charging so much for herbs? Like, I would be mortified if I had to pay this much for cilantro.
Dang, you're right.
And I use it quite frequently also.
Yeah, so cilantro. Yeah, it's one of my favorite seasonings as well.
I was like, where is this going? It smells amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like to cook?
I don't like the dishes. So
I didn't ask you that. I said, do you like to cook?
If somebody else does the dishes, yeah. Absolutely.
I like to cook too. I appreciate it. I like to do that. I like to fish. I like to, work on my lowrider stuff. I like to ride with my homies. I still like to, I don't spend as many hours in the studio as I used to, because I gotta pace that. I gotta schedule that. You know what I'm saying? But I think I got a nice flow right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think my cannabinoid levels are fucking
you
amazing.
sound like you have great endocannabinoid tone. You want to reduce your stress. You want to get sunshine, laugh a little bit. Some people are born with pretty bad ECSs. Like, you know how cannabis can stop a seizure in its tracks?
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be somebody who suffers from endocannabinoid deficiency. Yeah. Man. That would be something that. And then people who, so cannabinoids are fat. So, you know, you made cannabis butter one time, you know, you need a fat to extract the cannabinoids so that they're, you know, they work. And people who are born, what's the disease that you don't make enough fat? And it's, gosh, I can't think of what it's called, but they would.
Shit, Jesus, I wish I had
cystic
that
fibrosis, I think.
No.
You don't want that.
Maybe just for a month or two.
Yeah, I think I'm not certain, but either way, like
cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, probably not good endocannabinoid tone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's more. This is why when people are like, "Oh, it's snake oil," it's actually not snake oil. We have a whole system in our body dedicated to receiving it, which is why this plant can fix like 100 things.
Wow, and they don't want to give it to us.
They don't want to give it to us.
Not
but
willingly.
Once upon a time, it was sold over the counter, and it was something that you gave kids, adults, women for when they were acting crazy. It was an over-the-counter drug up until 1943. It was the number 3 or number 4 drug in the United States up until then. Yeah,
they sell it, man. So why can't we just open those books back up?
Well, because weed makes white women sleep with black men.
What? Whoa!
That was
what the fuck?
Quite literally one of the reasons that stopped.
What that is?
That was one of the reasons. There was it's called Reefer Madness, baby. Oh, there are so many reasons why.
Oh, you weren't. That's not your opinion.
No, that was one of the reasons.
Oh, I was
why.
about to say, what the fuck?
Oh no. Oh no. No. Harry J. Anslinger. It's not me. No, Harry J. Anslinger. I am all about love and mixing of love.
Is that what you think it is?
No, Harry J. Anslinger. And you, no.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So Harry J. Anslinger is who took our medicine away, and one of the reasons that people needed to fear this cannabis, even though people were buying it over the counter in tincture forms, these people that came from across the border were smoking this devil's lettuce, this loco weed, and it was making them murderous, and it causes white women to sleep with black men, and all these other crazy lies that just preyed on probably good, well-meaning people who believed it, and that helped push all of the crazy laws and all of the legislation that came towards the cannabis plant.
Wow, that's crazy. And so, I mean, sold over the counter like freely, you know, to people back in the day, and it was probably not necessary to buy all the other manufactured pharmaceutical things that came after that until cannabis was taken off of the market. So It's good to see it having a chance now. You know, to have it have a chance is good to see. But don't know how the individual states are gonna, you know, go about this. I saw Arkansas just did, you know, a full legalization of it. You know, which is really cool. Shout out. We're gonna start keeping track of the states to do full legalization as well. I think I'm for legalization. You know. As long as it's hard to even say do it correctly because it's uncharted territory.
I don't trust them. I know too much. Leave it alone. Decriminalize it. Let us have it. Move on about your business.
They're not going to do that.
They're not. In the federal government, they used to prescribe cannabis in the 70s and 80s to certain patients.
They used to prescribe ecstasy too.
Yeah, well, they grow cannabis at the University of Mississippi. The federal government grows cannabis at the University of Mississippi.
I saw one of them cans before. It's a big silver tin with a gazillion joints in it.
Yep.
Ooh wee.
Yep.
Hey, please, if somebody's watching or listening that has access to those cans in the government, I have no felonies. Send me a box.
They gone.
Fuck
Thanks,
with your
Bush.
boy.
And Reagan.
What even? They're gone?
They're gone.
We can't get those anymore?
Oh, no. They got rid of the compassionate use program with Reagan, and then Bush kind of was like, which made sure, like, this thing is gone.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Man, somebody's got to get up in there and really hook it up, man. So at least send me one of those cans. I know you got one laying around.
Right, we need one for research.
Yeah, for sure. We just want to have it displayed in the studio.
Yes, but
let us know y'all fuck with us.
Maybe I'll fill it with different weed.
Yeah.
None of that moldy stuff from the University of Mississippi. Miss me with that.
Oh my God. So is it fair to say that the way that we're being reintroduced to cannabis, especially the way you're explaining it, where it could be vital to our systems, our well-being, our health, where do you see that struggle between the way we know how America runs, which is control, profits over compassion? It's gonna grow up one day and be a thing.
Yeah.
So how's that gonna be affected, to the people that consume cannabis the way it is now? Because it's not like it's gonna happen overnight, but people are gonna see the difference.
Yeah.
What do you think that's gonna go? What does that look like in 15 to 20 years?
Gosh, I don't know, because ideally it's like, wow, we have almost 40 to 50 states that have some sort of adopted or are passing some sort of legislation. So you would think that legalization is coming, but when we think about the economy, if over 60% of the people in jail are there for drug charges, what happens when you take away the number one thing that people are arrested for? What happens to all those prison guards? What happens to the people that make the uniforms? What happens to all the food suppliers? It's a chain reaction.
They go home.
It would cause that economy to kind of collapse if you take away their population. So that's one reason why I don't know if I see anything happening. And then again,
weed, going to jail for weed and going to jail for meth, are they two different things?
No, I mean, why, if people are doing drugs in the pursuit of happiness, why are you infringing on their liberties? Because you don't arrest people for drinking, and there are a lot of men, once they drink, they get really violent. And we don't require prescriptions or cards for you to have to go drink. It's just a license. You're 21. You're good. So why are we penalizing people for the decisions that they're making? Like, we're going to say that you doing meth is bad, but is it? You're paying all your bills. You're a good citizen. You vote. You've never been in any trouble.
What kind of meth?
There are people who do drugs every now and again, and apparently meth is a recreational drug for some people.
That was a very specific type of drug user.
No, Dr. Carl Hart.
Smoking meth, paying his bills?
Dr. Carl Hart. Read his book.
What?
Drug Use for Grown-Ups. Yes, him and his wife will occasionally do meth. Very responsible people. They enjoy it, but they're not meth heads. They're the crazy thing is successful people are the drug users.
How do you enjoy meth occasionally?
Well, I mean, crack is a white middle class drug.
Right now?
Right now. Swear to God.
What?
You should read this book. Drug Use for Grown-Ups by Dr. Carl Hart.
Mean...
Yes. So any drug arrest, it's really, you're infringing on people's, like, if they're committing other crimes while they're high.
It's a middle, it's an upper class drug now?
Middle class.
Middle class? Crack?
Yep. It's Diet Coke.
This is my first time hearing this. They got shit stronger than crack.
But is it cheaper or is it more expensive?
I've been out of the loop for a long time.
I think it's a budget Coke. Like, it's a,
budget?
You know how regular Coca-Cola, like, it's like, all the sugar is bad, but then you can get Diet Coke, and then the same thing with crack.
What's the going price for crack nowadays?
I've never purchased it. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
No clue. Don't know where to get it.
Somebody hit us up. Let us know what the going. What is?
Please don't.
What's the going prices these days, guys? I need to know.
Yeah, so I think any kind of drug use it's a huge civil rights issue. Yeah, it's like mind your business, or get people to get licenses and say, here's the ramifications if you do this. Act responsibly. But you're not arresting people for eating McDonald's every day. They're also ruining their lives.
Yeah, but meth is a lot different than the Big Mac.
But why?
Because
they're both slowly killing you.
No, I think meth kills you a lot faster.
Does it? Because I feel like every crackhead in the neighborhood's still alive. It's the fentanyl that's killing them. Honestly.
Woo, this is great. Man, this is absolutely crazy.
Shout out to Boosie.
Yeah.
He said it first.
Yo, man, we gotta have Bootsy on, man. He's very outspoken. I love that guy, man. Love
He's
him,
funny.
man. Yeah, and he's yo, man. I like he's standing on the square. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing about it.
Right. Right. You ain't gonna check him.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Shout out to Bootsy.
Yeah.
Hey, man. That's really crazy. I feel like you're absolutely correct. But I know in Canada they do a version of that where there's a certain like area where people like, well, if you whatever drug you want to do, they give you needles and things that they make it so that if you're gonna do that, then do it so that you're not spreading disease.
And you make a great point because it's harm reduction. Like people aren't necessarily dying from the drug use; they're dying from the dirty needles. They're dying because they got a laced product. So there's even festivals like I believe it's Madrid. You go to this music festival, they will test your drugs and let you know, like, hey, these are good or no, don't take these. These have fent in them. And it saves so many lives. You don't have people dying at your music festivals because you've tested their drugs and you know them to be safe.
But that's a forward thinking kind of thing where
why
like you're gonna do it anyway. So
right.
so what's worse? You getting busted for the drugs where you're gonna die and we're gonna have that everywhere, or we're going to make sure that you at least do it safely.
Right. Well, the crime is penalizing people for doing what they're going to do.
Anyway.
Hunger, thirst, sex, intoxication, those are all natural desires, and it's why nature provides us intoxicants. Even birds are going to eat fermented fruit because they get drunk. We have mushrooms, we have cannabis. It is our right. There are some people who are even more genetically or genetics are going to say we want to get more intoxicated than maybe the next person next to us. And it, as hard as this life is, of course, there is some relief given to us. So that's the crime, is punishing for people for what they're going to do. And a lot of countries have realized we can't punish people for satisfying their cravings. So what we can do is we can reduce the harm and we can make sure that they're doing it in a way that's not harming them. Like Netherlands, they're okay with the cannabis use. They've decided to crack down more on the harder drugs and just let people do what they're going to do and provide them space and safety for it because they're going to do it. That's the responsible governments that think that way.
Yeah.
Responsible-ish.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know. I think, especially being a parent, having young children, going and seeing somebody, passed out or on drugs or in the community talking to themselves or doing all this, a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's not drugs, sometimes it's mental issues,
a lot of the times.
And those people are abandoned and underserviced as well, but that's a whole nother thing. But our veterans are in a bad way. There's a lot of things that happen that don't get taken care of, but they seem to want to stay harped on the cannabis side, which is insane. Yeah, a huge distraction to the real issues that are happening. So hopefully, we can bring some information and light to and have those legislation, lawmakers come in and kind of explain their position on why things moving the way they are. And I don't want to question them about the other stuff because I'm not. I think politics and religion are. I don't get into them. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
they're too violent.
Right.
That's why I like gangster rap.
No, to your point about veterans, so a lot of veterans die of polypharmacide, which is an accidental drug overdose because of everything they're being prescribed. When cannabis, which is so complex, which can hit on a lot of things at one time in just one product, they are, they're not able to purchase in some cases. It's really up to your doctor or how they want to deal with you. It's, I believe, like case by case basis, but the fact that our veterans go and they risk their lives and then they come home and their lives are ended on accident when trying to get relief, when we know that there's been as many overdoses on cannabis as there has been unicorn deaths. Another plague that that is on top of our veterans is the suicide rate. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not a game. So those are other things we definitely got to talk about. We are in a real different time. Cannabis is starting to become a household thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people, are making it. You know what I'm saying? People are growing it themselves. is it ever going to be a place where because people make their own wine as well too.
Yeah.
It's different. People make their own soap. You know what I'm saying? People, you can't have a monopoly on making shit.
Yes.
Right. But I think it's when you try to mass produce it and whatnot. Do you think it's going to boil down to the brand? And we're talking about the business side of things. You think it's going to be a battle between the grower, the brand, and the retail? Or who do you think wins the game of cannabis?
Unfortunately, money is probably going to win. But I think, to your point, people make their own wine, people make their own beer, their own soap. There are home growers. And a lot of these corporate cannabis companies are lobbying to make sure that home grow is illegal. So, that's kind of like allow people to keep their rights when it comes to that. Allow them to grow maybe not 100 plants in their backyard. I understand that.
That's like telling people you can't grow tomatoes. Motherfucker, yes, I can.
Exactly.
Yes, I can. I can go put it in the ground and it'll grow.
Why are you denying me access to plants?
Right.
Like, what's up with that? Yeah, but I guess some tomatoes are illegal, like the ones that are patented by Burger King.
Really? How the fuck you patent a tomato?
Oh, there's a lot of them patented. You should look.
Really?
All kinds of fruits and veggies.
Damn.
Yeah.
How do you patent a fucking vegetable?
It should be illegal. But they had a patent on weed once too, right? While they were harping to us about the DARE program, they filed a patent on using cannabinoids as as antioxidants and neuroprotectants.
Who did it? Who's they?
The government.
Really?
Really?
You can't put a patent on that.
They did. It expired a couple years ago, but they had a patent on cannabinoids, CBD specifically, as a neuroprotectant, a brain protectant, and an antioxidant.
Damn.
While they were telling us, the DARE program, that this is your brain on drugs.
Ah! With the egg in the skillet.
They were right about crack, but
yeah,
not about
that's a
weed.
trip. You told me that shit was a middle class drug right now.
Yeah, that book by Dr. Carl Hart changed my mind about drugs, because I had like the same perception that you did. Oh, this the crackhead. It's like, oh, it's probably because he has schizophrenia and he has nobody to take care of him, and he's also drinking it on drugs.
Yeah.
But
you're talking about like soccer moms are like beaming up.
Well, they're popping pills. Why wouldn't they be doing the other stuff?
Why not do crack?
It's cheaper. Cheaper than pills.
Yo, this is fucking crazy.
And apparently it's like a lot of models do crack because it
really
stifles their appetite and it keeps them skinny. I heard that too. I was like, what? Yeah.
Man, let me find out.
Yeah.
You bitches so smoking crack. You motherfucking. Oh, shit. No wonder they look serious all the time. Anyway, Lasagna Ganja Podcast. We're rocking and rolling.
Let's work on our endocannabinoid.
Come on, let's do that. Yep. Light one up. We're talking about the Endocannabinoid System. Okay, God, I can't believe
the ECS.
I actually repeated that correctly. So I'm learning all these amazing things. We're learning all these amazing things about how cannabis is something that our body actually welcomes. What are some other facts about cannabis that we probably aren't aware of?
Oh, I have a bunch. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to blow your mind?
Yes.
Okay, do you know the difference between hemp and cannabis?
Yes.
What?
One is sold at the flea market, woven into bags and hats. And the other one is rolled up and smoked like Cypress fucking Hill.
That's technically correct.
Yeah.
But gosh, I used to see posts on social media that said hemp and cannabis are not the same.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, they are. One is just allowed to express THC and the other one is not.
Right. But it's grown the same way. It just doesn't have the same properties. If you try to smoke hemp, it's like...
Well, they're not grown the same way. In fact, hemp has to be grown a certain way. So if you're growing it for fiber, it's going to be grown a certain way. And if you're growing it as like you're trying to get CBD in medicine, you're going to grow it in different ways. So how close you grow it together and how spread apart is going to yield different results. So it does matter. It is grown differently, but one is allowed to express, like I said, THC, and the other one is not. And
okay, so the perception of the word hemp and THC, why do you look at hemp and think health?
I think that's marketing, but they're all health. They're all medicine. It's just hemp
You think hemp just got a better publicist?
I think hemp is a legal definition.
Wow.
Because
okay.
if that hemp plant is 0.5 THC over the legal limit, which is 0.3, guess what it is now?
No, it's THC.
High CBD sativa. Like, that's exactly what it's labeled as.
Yikes.
Yeah. So it's a legal definition. Cannabis, hemp, it's all one plant. It's just grown differently for different purposes. And then again, the hemp plant has just been bred so that THC pathway is never walked down. They're going down a different cannabinoid pathway. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Hit me with another one.
Hit you with another one. Okay. Did you know that hemp is going to clean the soil when you plant it? So it's going to like pretty much suck up all the bad stuff, even radiation, which is why you should get your cannabis tested, because it's going to clean your soil and take whatever is there. Testing is so important, especially for hemp products.
Radiation weed.
I mean, that's why I'm not getting my hemp from where we dropped those bombs that one time.
Damn.
Was it Oppenheimer? Is that where?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, so no radiation weed, man.
Right, you want to get it tested. You want to make sure you have a very good source. It is going to be a bioregulator. That's the word.
A bioregulator? Mm-hmm. That you test your own weed?
No, bioregulator is it's going to go in and clean the soil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
It's going to clean
then
the soil.
Then you can replant.
Yeah, so it's a really good plant to plant in between crops so that you have clean soil.
Oh, so like corn farmers and everybody else that, I don't know why I keep talking about corn.
I don't know either.
What the fuck?
It's corn.
I hate corn. I don't even like corn on the cob.
Do you remember that It's Corn viral, that little kid who loves corn so much and stole our hearts? It's like, me too.
Yeah, dude, we just went totally off track.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Back on track. Okay.
Okay. All right. So it cleans the soil, and then it's good to plant between crops.
But
Good to know.
if you plant something that has a lot of like nitrogen, cannabis loves that. So throw it in there after that.
Okay. Cool. Hit me with another one.
Another one. It was legally required for all citizens to grow hemp in 1619 in the Virginia colonies.
Really?
It was considered a legal tender.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when did the weed part of it, like that, not hemp, when did it just start being like, okay, we're gonna grow this? This is the bomb. Like, and who smoked it first? Besides the Indians and the.
Okay, yeah. So many answers to that. So the first one, hemp was required to be grown because it would make ropes and sails and clothing and any kind of product that you can make on earth now. Hemp can also be that product. In fact, there are people who have 100% hemp homes and they're mold resistant and they bring your energy costs down. Yes.
Hemp homes. So how they.
You have to grow like 1.5 acres of hemp and you can build the whole house. You can make hemp wood, hempcrete. You can make anything out of hemp. You can make fuel. You can make batteries. So many different energy sources. Yes, you can make cosmetics, lotions, oils. You can cook with it.
Wait, I'm still stuck on the hempcrete.
Hempcrete.
And hemp wood. You sure the house ain't gonna look like a bunch of potato sacks?
The first house ever built is in Asheville, North Carolina. It's beautiful. It's
Really?
a trend now. There's like whole hemp neighborhoods. Yeah.
Hemp houses.
Yes.
I've got to look that up. That's got to be incredible. I mean, how do they look? They look like brick, like
modern houses.
How do they stand up and like?
They look like normal.
Weather.
You would never know. You would never know.
Yeah, they're looking. You never know, but when something heavy like.
Hemp is durable. In fact, hemp textile will last hundreds of years. When we do archaeological finds, when we find linens and fabrics, a lot of the time hemp is in there. Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta look that up. Hemp homes.
Yeah, and so it was required to be grown because it was it was a raw material for a lot of things. We didn't really have a cotton gin yet, and it was just the crop. And in fact, it was so hard to deal with that people who were enslaved would take care of the hemp and harvest it and sometimes purchase their freedom from doing that. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a really hard crop to deal with. Yeah.
Dope.
Yes.
Okay, that's crazy. All right. Do you like a wealth of knowledge here? You know? Okay,
I'm great at parties.
Yeah.
Okay, sativa versus indica. It's a lie.
Wow. Let me rethink everything I know here.
Yes. Okay.
So how's that? Because there's a big argument that says, there's a difference between sativa and indica. Indica's more heavy dominate. Sativa's more lighter. We've all heard that. Okay, so
yeah.
What is the truth?
The truth is, it's the terpenes. The terpenes are what is going to give the plant its smell, and that smell is going to be more of an indicator of what terpenes are there, and then your body is going to react whatever way it's going to react to certain terpenes, and you have to figure out what is best for you, because for whatever reason, a lot of people, including myself, react really weird to orange and citrusy terpenes. Yeah. So indica means India in Latin, and sativa means cultivate in Latin, and they were classified within the plant classification system. It's called taxonomy, and in the 1700s, these guys definitely were not smoking it and then being like, this one's gonna put me in the couch. So I think it was just a way in the underground to kind of maybe keep track of stuff, understand stuff, but really an indica plant is going to be more shorter, more kind of condensed. It's in a colder region, and then sativa plants typically are going to be like in the hemispheres or areas where they get a lot of sunlight.
More tropical places.
Yeah, so they're going to be more stretching. They're going to be lighter in color as well, and their leaves are going to be a bit more slender because they're not, trying to stay warm.
Right.
So yeah, whenever anything is classified taxonomically on the plant organization, it's always going to be based upon what it looks like and how it grows. Typically, yeah.
Understood. So all that bullshit's out the window. So next time somebody tries to run that game on you, all you got to say is, bitch, it's one plant.
Speaking
it's
of
the terpenes.
Speaking of it's just one plant, there are boy plants and there are girl plants. And the girl plants are what we smoke. And the boys we kill after we get their seeds.
Jesus.
I don't make
like
the
way
rules.
you described that.
I don't make the rules.
That was not. Come on now.
These are
Jesus.
facts. These are facts.
Yeah,
I mean, you take
it's just the way you said it.
It's
like, oh yeah, we smoke the. Well, I guess.
I mean, it's very common in nature, actually. I mean, when a queen bee gets what she needs from him, the other bees take them out. Like,
oh man,
it's true. It happens in nature all the time.
Oh my God, laws of nature. Okay,
I don't make the rules.
All right, so the female plants we smoke.
Yes.
The male plants we kill.
Because he's going to release his pollen, and one male will ruin a whole crop, and we need her.
Ain't that the truth?
Listen, we need her so sexually frustrated that she's producing these resins. She's getting wet to attract a mate, and look what celibacy does. It creates magic, medicine for us. Ladies, take note.
Whoa, that motherfucker went pew, pew, pew.
I am just the messenger.
Yo, the Lasagna Ganja podcast. This shit's what?
Fun facts.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Hit me with another one.
Okay. Cannabis and hops are cousins.
Like how close?
Like they have the same great grandmother.
Okay.
Like on the taxonomy. So like plant classification, at some point cannabis and hops were a part of the same plant, and then they diverged.
Because beer's made from hops.
Yes.
What else is hops used for?
It's medicinal.
I know, but what else do we use it for? Because we don't.
It's mostly known for beer, but it is a medicinal plant. It is a medicinal plant, and it is a cousin. It's in the same plant family as cannabis.
Wait, we could do other shit with hops, but we chose to make beer with it?
Correct. It is medicinal.
What else can we do with hops?
I know a lot about cannabis. I don't know a lot about hops. Yeah, but
okay.
I do know that they're cousins. It is a medicinal plant. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are into natural medicine that can probably explain that a little better. We need somebody on here like that one day.
Yeah, I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
Our listeners, if you can, you can hit us up. Please tell us what else we can make with hops.
Yes.
And we'll talk about it, because apparently they're cousins to what we love.
Same
over
grandma.
here. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. That is absolutely crazy. So how come I've only had a few beverages from cannabis?
Yes.
One was really good.
Yes.
I forget the name of it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to talk about you. We're going to bring all those kind of things to the light. Products and things that we really, really like. and bring it to you guys. So hopefully you guys, find something you like here too.
Yeah.
But I've had some really shitty ones too. Like, oh my God,
there's a lot of really bad
horrible.
ones.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I didn't want to taste that.
Is it for the taste, or it should be a dual expectation from the drink. It should be a pleasant experience by taste and a pleasant experience by the high you get.
Exactly. It should be both. Man. Yeah.
Right now they're losing. They're making this shit in their bathtub. This shit sucks.
Yeah, the beverage market has been a bit disappointing, I will say. Some of them are just too low dose. I don't want 2 milligrams. I got to drink a whole 6-pack. Like, what are we doing here? And then
and I don't want the 5-hour energy looking ones. Those are like Russian roulette, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how is this? Yeah.
The motherfuckers, man, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, they're a little weird. I'm hoping to see it really develop itself the way the gummy market is. Like, the gummies are so good. There's so many different kinds of gummies out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally like Kiva.
Okay, yeah, they're
like,
good.
They're the best to me.
I like Wild.
Okay, so we're gonna gangbang a little bit here. You know what I'm saying?
We set tripping.
Yeah. We got to have them on the show.
Absolutely.
I want to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
But man, I really appreciate the relationships that we've been able to garnish through this industry, and to have connections to be able to reach out to these people to come and speak on this platform is something I'm really looking forward to.
It's going to be a great time. Yeah. I have more facts.
Okay, cool. All right, hit me with something.
All right, let me see. What's a good one? Oh, wait, you did ask, when's the first time people smoke cannabis? So in a lot of archaeological sites, we've found that it's been burned in holy sites. So it's being used.
Of course.
It's being used in rituals and in religion. And it was definitely a big part of religion up until a certain point. And then, we have learned that cannabism might be Hebrew for cannabis. And if so, it is in Jesus's anointing oil. Shout out to Jesus.
I knew Jesus smoked weed.
That's why they crucified him. How do you think he was casting away demons, seizures, healing the blind, glaucoma, skin? He was a scholar. He knew.
Jesus smoked weed.
I mean, he had
oil.
Is
that controversial to say?
Oh my gosh, yeah. There are so many biblical historians that refuse to relent on the fact that
but he drank wine.
Right.
He made wine out from water. And my nigga could walk on water.
Let's go. Or was he high and thought he could?
No, or maybe that's what people was high and
Who knows?
thought and saw it.
There's so many authors.
I don't know, man. Who said what if it's not even literally what happened? Like, what if it's a metaphor for something?
I think it's all allegorical, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So Jesus, my Jesus smoked weed.
Mine too. Mine was a scholar. He knew what weed could do, and that's how he was helping people. Yeah. And they didn't like it.
Yeah. The way I see Jesus is, my nigga got a joint. He got, he got a glass of wine, got a bottle, a nice expensive bottle.
Curly hair, textured hair.
Yeah.
Bronze skin, bronze
nice collared shirt.
Skin. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible says. Yeah. Anyway, Jesus.
Some cool sandals. You know what I'm saying?
Probably made of hemp.
Yeah, them shorts them pants that don't go all the way down to the ankle. They kind of.
Right. Also, probably made
like
of hemp.
Beachwear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My nigga cool.
Yep. Y'all would have called him a stoner.
Yeah. See?
Toting his magic oil.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
Yeah.
We're going to piss a lot of people off.
Oh, yeah. Sorry in advance, but not really.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. You'll get over it. Yeah, hopefully. But I mean, we should talk about that, man. I think that's an interesting topic, too.
Oh, there's authors.
Religion and cannabis.
Oh, there's plenty of authors. Yeah. I know them. Yes.
When it worked in their favor, when it didn't. What are those scenarios, and how did they play out?
With what?
With religion and cannabis.
Oh,
I'd like to dig into that.
Yeah, I'm teaching about it in book club right now. It's really controversial.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to get onto it on there, but we can bring on the author.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Dang, what's the author's name?
Chris Bennett.
Okay. God,
yeah.
okay. And it's what's the name of the book?
The one that I'm reading is Cannabis: A Lost History, but he's got so many books. He's got books about sex, magic, and the occult. He's got books about 700-page books. He dedicates his life to studying this stuff and actually bringing forth facts and evidence. We have a lot of theories, but then we actually like do these archaeological finds, and then as more research comes out, it all is a proven theory now, and now it's evidence based. So
dope. Okay, yeah, man, love to have him on. All right,
yeah,
man, that'd be crazy. I think the things that are gonna come out of this show, just speaking from what the energy I feel, I think the things that are gonna come out of this are gonna be surprising to everyone.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm learning a lot already, and this is just the tip of the iceberg for me. I can't wait to be able to dive into real serious, and then figure out what the serious parts that we can kind of keep track of, and as they develop, be able to keep an eye on the thing. I listen to a lot of Dateline. So I know the importance of when you hear something and you can keep building on it. Yeah, because everything changes and evolves, and I know this is going to be something that's going to be evolving a lot. Within the time of this show, the timing of the show is perfect. Yeah, I think it's time to start turning on the lights and turning on what's real and what's not. Yeah, and having a real platform to be able to keep that in motion and not just talk about the funny stuff, but get into some real meat and potatoes and the bones of the matters.
And the lasagna.
And the lasagna. You got it. Yeah, yes. There it is. Stay on brandy, Alvin. Boom.
Oh man, it has been great. We've got a beautiful thing brewing here. I can't wait to get into more of the episodes where we actually bring on more guests. Yes. And they give us their perspective.
But it's good that they get to know us, get to hear the chemistry.
It was necessary.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So the Lasagna Ganja podcast, follow us on the DCP official.com. Okay, yeah. Follow us at DCPofficial.com. Yes. The Lasagna Ganja podcast. There's so much that we're going to share with you guys. Thank you for coming on early. Let's get it.
All right. Peace. Check out the Lasagna Ganja podcast wherever podcasts are streamed.
And check out our separate feed with video episodes.
Available on Spotify and YouTube.
For more information, visit DCPofficial.com.